Welcome to Freaky Fauna Friday, where every Friday we take a little time and explore some of the freaks of nature from around the planet we cherish so deeply. So please, jump aboard and let's explore the wilds together.
Oh, yes.
Welcome back to Freaky Fauna Friday. I am the great and peaceful Mystery.
And I'm Jay. I can't believe it's Friday already.
I know.
Wow.
You excited for the zoo this weekend?
Oh, yeah.
You got the text, right?
Yeah, I did.
On
I forgot it was this weekend already. Snuck right up on me.
Going to the Columbus Zoo.
What's the theme song for that? How's that go again?
I don't remember.
Columbus Zoo, we're the koala bears.
Oh, gosh.
Love to meet you.
Yeah. Gosh, that was horrible. Today's Freaky Fauna is a pic from Emily.
Oh.
And you've probably seen these guys in both of their life cycle, stages, and did not realize you were the same animals.
Okay.
So we've talked a lot personally about how many aquatic insects or terrestrial insects are actually classified as aquatic insects.
Right.
The famous one that, most people don't realize is like horseflies.
Mm-hmm.
This week's is another one that is a much more sign of water health and, quality.
Okay.
The stonefly.
Oh, okay. The stonefly.
Yes, you've seen them in both parts of their life cycle, whether you realize it or not. But yeah, so these guys, they've been around for a minute. They first kind of showed up in the time scale called the Permian.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's kind of a while ago.
Yeah, it's kind of like the first period of a lot of life.
I thought that was Cambrian.
The Cambrian explosion started it, and then it was Permian.
Then Permian was, okay, so multiple complex life.
Yeah. The Cambrian explosion had it too. So the Cambrian explosion refers to, there was a ton of life before the Cambrian explosion, but it's species radiation.
Gotcha.
Rapid species radiation.
Okay.
Which is, anybody that's unfamiliar with that terminology, is one species rapidly filling many different niches.
Gotcha.
In Africa, there's a type of cichlid that has done something similar in viewable time scale.
Right. That you can view in your lifetime.
Yeah. So, that's kind of like the Cambrian explosion. It went from a bunch of simple or basal species to a bunch of different forms, specialized species.
Specialized phenotypes.
There you go. Yeah, so the Permian to today. So it's just easier to say all of it.
Okay.
They've pretty much been here since...
Ever?
Yeah.
Okay.
God said, let there be light, and then stoneflies.
Okay.
That's that verse that gets left out.
It's with all the translations. they trim the fat.
Man, just scientific names of these guys are crazy. The stonefly, also known as Pelsioparcartia, is their family group, or a type of aquatic insect. There are about 3,500 different types / species of stonefly found across the entire world. Scientists are still discovering new ones every day. You can find stoneflies in almost everywhere from mountaintops to estuaries. As far as we know, they don't show up in pure salt water or Antarctica.
Okay.
As far as we know.
Are these related to a former Freaky Fauna Friday fly? The oil pit flies or whatever?
No. So stonefly is just a name. They're not actually flies. They're their own family of insects.
Oh, okay.
So there's a lot of caddisflies, stoneflies. A lot of aquatic insects get thrown into the fly group. And they are like dragonflies.
True.
Aren't flies.
Flies, you're right. I didn't think about that one.
It's because they fly.
Butterflies.
Yeah. Yes, there's actually any great relationship to flies in any meaningful way.
Gotcha.
These guys would be closer to your dragonflies and those kind of things.
Okay.
Or hellgrammites and those kind of things.
Oh, that was my second one, yeah.
Stoneflies are thought to be one of the oldest groups of insect that have wings in the world. Their closest relatives have been found in fossils from the Carboniferous period and the lower Permian geological periods. The first true stoneflies, also known from their fossils, appeared not long after that. So these are believed to be one of the first groups of insect to have wing.
Okay. Like that we can go back through the time
that we can
scale.
document, yeah. And there's, like I said, there's 3,500-ish species of them in the world today. And they have a basal body plan, through a lot of the species, but then they have some crazier, extremes on both ends, like
Right.
giant stoneflies and stuff like
Oh,
that,
dang.
which get as big as your fingers.
That sounds like good catfish bait.
These are one of the favorite trout baits in the entire
Ooh,
world.
trout bait.
You ever heard the saying "match the hatch"? So when these
No.
guys, we'll talk about their life cycle here. So young stoneflies, called larvae and nymphs, live in streams and rivers. They have specialized claws on their legs. These claws help them hold onto the rocks and other things in the water. This way they can stay put even in strong currents, which they desire. Stonefly larvae need water moving quickly over their bodies. This is because fast-moving water holds lots and lots more oxygen. They cannot live in warm water that has less oxygen. They are often found in cold, clean stream systems with lots of turbulence like rapids, but extremely good water quality.
I was going to ask, do they score?
Yes, yeah. So stoneflies are when we talk about macro invertebrates, which is invertebrates you can see.
Big bugs.
Yeah. Stoneflies score well on that because of how they breathe through their tails. They have external gills. So they are like a salamander almost. They're exposed to everything. They don't get to pick what's going in and out of their bodies.
Yeah.
Our respiratory system is deep inside our bodies.
Right.
And we have a lot of barriers to prevent. I mean, still, if you're breathing toxic fumes, you're breathing toxic fumes.
Right.
But people don't realize, like, our noses and our throats and stuff
Filters,
like that.
basically.
A lot of stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
So these type of animals don't have that ability.
Gotcha.
We want cold, fast-moving water with lots of oxygen and low pollutants. So these are the base of a food chain for a lot of animals themselves, for everything from giant suckers, red horses, blue suckers is one of their favorite foods, and trout. So smallmouth bass also will be there. I've seen people that have cleaned smallmouth bass and cut open their stomachs and had 400 or 500 of these guys in them.
Dang, okay.
They are the base of the food system in healthy environments.
And when someone's fly fishing, this is what they're emulating?
Yes, this is one of the things.
Okay.
Stoneflies, they can do caddisflies, crane flies. There's a lot of other aquatic insects that they'll pick.
Gotcha.
But stoneflies are a very, very popular one.
That's what the fly is basically named after. It's all them.
The adult stoneflies are easy to spot because their wings fold flat over their abdomens. Most adult stoneflies live only for a short time, usually just a few weeks, sometimes less.
Oh, wow.
This is just their main job is to reproduce.
Rapid life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, some types, like Petrodactylus stoneflies found in North America, can live for several years as larvae before maturing into adults.
Wow.
This is traits shared with some other ancient organisms like dragonflies and, caddisflies, those kind of guys. Where some dragonflies have like 10 or 12 years in their nymph stage and only live one summer in their adult stage.
Dang.
And so these guys are similar where they have, 4 or 5, even 6 years they've been seen in their nymph stage. They don't only hatch and they only live a couple weeks as adults.
That's crazy. Going out with a bang.
Yeah, literally. Some interesting facts about these little guys. Stoneflies have 2 compound eyes and 3 simple eyes. They have chewing mouth parts, though not all species feed as adults. So a lot of them don't feed as adults, and if they do, it's very, very minimal, just to keep it going, just to breed.
That's their main purpose.
Yeah, but they have a very complex eye system. 2 compound eyes and 3 simple eyes.
Oh, okay.
Stoneflies fly extremely poorly. So they don't stray far from the streams where they lived as nymphs.
So they were the first ones to figure out how to fly. They just never figured out how to do it well.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
And this could be from isolating like pools of water and stuff like that. So they can still, it prevents genetic bottlenecking is one of the thoughts.
Okay.
So if a creek, is on the lower end and you guys are trying to breed, if you don't leave the water, you're just breeding with your same genetic pool.
Right.
So if you're able to fly up and down the stream a little bit and connect those bodies of water, your species is never stagnated.
Right.
Droughts don't have nearly as much effect as far as species bottlenecking. When other ecosystems, so droughts, depending on the species, can wipe out whole species for extended periods of times, if not permanently.
Okay.
Especially for insects and or invertebrates in general.
Okay.
Because if you can't leave, you can't leave.
Right, you're stuck there.
And if you see this in a lot, they like holding their breath, quote unquote. A lot of aquatic insects have that ability. If they can kind of stay dark or moist, like they can go under a dry rock.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And that kind of stuff.
And live out the drought?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hellgrammites and a lot of their other cousins will do that as well. But yeah, so they just pretty much fly just to find mates. I've seen videos for trout, like them flying up and then landing and then immediately being eaten
by a fish.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
because they're not great at it.
Oh well, that's part of the life cycle.
Adult stoneflies have 2 pairs of wings that they're held flat over their bodies when they are not flying. The front pair of wings is usually a little longer than the back pair. And I highly advise everybody look at pictures of these guys because their wings, you've seen them, everybody's seen them. And what is that big scary bug? They're harmless. And this is one thing when I was a kid that I always felt bad for a lot of these insects when people would like villainize them. You have a very, very short life cycle. They're not going to hurt you.
Yeah.
There's this Hellgrammites look the scariest, but they're so important for the ecosystem. Same with these guys. They're so important for the ecosystem. Just leave them be.
You said it like 3 times. What the heck's a Hellgrammite?
It'll be a different freaky fauna.
All right.
They're actually the thing that inspired the tremors worms.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Young stoneflies are called nanids.
Nanids.
And they are fully aquatic. Just their baby form.
Okay.
Nymphs are kind of the generalized saying, like dragonfly nymphs, stonefly nymphs, that kind of stage. Specifically, stoneflies are nanids.
Okay. That's this when they're in the water.
Yeah, that's their baby stage.
Larval, yeah.
Some species of stonefly can live in temporary streams. So when the streams dry out, they can completely or temporarily suspend their body's growth and development, slowing down their metabolism in order to survive until moist water is restored.
Okay.
So this is your more like everything from western species to some mountain species that only has rain during like the snow melts.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll just go into temporary stasis.
Oh, all right.
So this is another holdback from stuff like the pink fairy shrimps and then the triops and stuff like that, where they'll go into pause until the water returns.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, there's a very simple and complex organisms at the same time.
And ancient.
They're extremely ancient.
Yeah.
They're up there with, we've talked about lacewings, which on the Freaky Fauna Friday before, which is, they're another extremely ancient order of insects. They were probably the first, they say that they were probably the first accurately flying insects.
Okay.
And stoneflies were probably the first flying insects.
Right. If it's not flying, it's falling with style.
I mean, they get up there.
That's what the lacewing said to the stoneflies.
Yeah, they basically think of stoneflies with a jetpack. They shoot up.
Yeah.
And then they just kind of try to steer where they're going on the way down.
Like those birds, the woodcock birds.
Yeah.
Do the same thing when they're mating rituals.
Yeah, I'm glad you just learned that last week.
Yeah.
No, so these guys are awesome. And we always loved seeing them when we were doing any kind of surveys because it just means that there's...
It's a good sign.
Yeah.
It's good news when you see these guys.
The effects that can really hinder them besides pollution and low O2 quality.
Uh-huh.
So this is a big thing with factories. So even if factories aren't putting any pollutants in the water, they are warming the water.
Yeah, changing
and that kills off these guys.
Okay.
It lowers the oxygen content of the water. So even though that's one thing that a lot of people have trouble because like the nuclear power plants, for example, all up and down the Ohio River, they severely warm up huge sections of river as a part of their cooling system. And there are fish that enjoy that, like the placed striped bass. The striped bass aren't supposed to be in the Ohio River, and we put them there. The only reason the striped bass survive in the upper Ohio River is because of the nuclear power plants.
Wow.
Because they're ocean fish.
Wow.
But they are androgynous. They can survive in both.
Okay.
But they normally have an ocean run part of their life cycle.
Wow. Okay.
And then they don't. So in the winters, it's protected because there's just millions of them shoved up into these.
It's the only place for them to go.
Yeah, because it's the only place that's warm.
Warm water, yeah.
But that hinders species like these guys. Another thing is what we call impaction. So, if people don't realize this, dirt is a form of aquatic pollution.
Wow.
So, there was one site that a construction crew completely ruined that was one of our favorites. And I mean, like the year before, it was scoring for Ohio. This is an Ohio site. Almost mountain stream excellent.
Wow. That's good.
It dropped down to like in the 40s.
What's the mountain stream excellent equivalent to?
It was great. It was in the high 80s.
No, I mean after 40. What would you call that? Not mountain stream excellent. It would be like
A ditch.
river.
It was a ditch.
Chicago
A gross ditch.
Yeah, Chicago ditch.
There were places in Chicago that scored better.
Gosh, oh, it fell that bad.
Yeah, because of impaction, just because of the impaction of the sediment.
Oh,
So when they were digging, they didn't put any sediment bars or anything in. Every rock, so the spaces underneath the rocks in the creek hold fish eggs.
right.
A lot of animals live there, and that's where the macro and micro invertebrates reproduce and live that feed the rest of the system. The algae eaters
Right.
that feed the carnivores. So they completely impacted that. There was no space in these rocks. So
All gone.
all the insects disappeared, all the fish disappeared. It was very disappointing. So these are a great tool to show that chemical pollution is not the only kind of pollution. Dirt runoff can be just as bad, if not more detrimental for the long term.
Dang.
Because chemical pollution, depending on the chemical,
You can clean it up.
very quickly,
Yeah.
depending on the chemical.
Right. Of course.
Like acid mine drainage, like they do the dowsers, and it's fixed. You know, it gets it to a fairly quickly, a neutral pH.
Right.
This stuff can take years, if not decades, if not centuries, to get back out of the system. And
Because you have to physically get down there and clean it out.
Wait 10 or 20 or 30 or 50 or 100 years for the river to work itself back out.
Mhm.
And so it went from, and this doesn't mean anything to a lot of you guys, but the people learning, the kids, this is important for you guys, that it went from stuff like red belly mountain dace and these gorgeous, gorgeous animals, with the macro guys used to have so much fun in these sites because it was all kinds of stoneflies, caddisflies, these species that were really rare in Ohio now.
Yeah.
And the site used to be full of them. And we did the fish survey first, and we knew it was
Good.
bad.
Oh, you mean after the fact?
Yeah, we're like, because when we were doing it, it used to be clear cobble bottom,
Yeah.
and it was just muck.
Oh.
And we were there like 8 months prior.
Oh, man. So fast.
Yeah, and it was just this one construction team that did not do the proper stuff
Oh.
because they thought they could get away with it because it was out in the mountains.
Right. Oh, my gosh. Tell you the fish survey crew comes
They
through.
did not get away with it.
Yeah.
Because, they were not happy to see us
Oh, boy.
because they knew. That made us even more upset because they knew.
Oh, boy.
So, this is just stuff for you guys to learn that the environment, just because they're bugs, as Jay likes to say, they are the building base of every pretty much ecological role on this planet. I mean, invertebrates as a whole, not just insects or bugs, but invertebrates from the deep oceans, arthropods, and, are the base food chain. Even though there's very few places on the planet where the sunlight isn't the base of the food chain, and those places are because of crustaceans,
Right.
and other invertebrates,
Right.
They are eating sulfuric
Acid.
and iron,
Yeah.
and then fish are eating them.
Right.
They're taking iron and sulfur and making them into organic compounds,
Right. And thriving off it.
and thriving. So so just take your kids out to a nice little creek, find a stonefly, find a dragonfly nymph, put them back, but catch them and look at them. They're really cool.
Go fishing with one.
These guys look like spiders with 3 tails.
Okay.
They have really long, spindly legs,
Yeah.
and then they have 3 tails, which are their gills.
Yeah. You find a stonefly, take your kid fishing this weekend.
People do, and here in the Mad River in Ohio is probably the best place to see them.
It's a good place for the future anglers of Ohio.
They take kids there all the
Indian
time.
Lake, yeah. Go fishing with them. Get involved with that organization. Do a lot for the kids out there.
All right, I have been the great and peaceful Mr. E.
And I've been Jay.
We'll catch you next week, guys. Bye.
Thank you for listening to Freaky Fauna Friday. If you want to help the podcast grow, remember to share and give it a 5-star review.